Good cause.
What time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, what time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, what time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, he's back from the dead.
Your
Putting it
show.
on the map, yeah. Saskatoon, right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah.
Your show.
What time is it?
Your show.
Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah.
Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
She's so beautiful. What a great intro. Again, all the love going out to the birthday boy today. Von Trask from 911 Turbo putting that video together and that song, and we are always so appreciative of it as it really sets the tone for the show because it's fun and it's uplifting and lets you know you're in for a good time. So again, happy birthday to the great Von Trask, who will be celebrating tomorrow night, which is going to be fun. My name's Gary. Happy Thursday to you. I have a very special guest with me right now, and we are going to jump to her right now. As I say, right now. Whoa, look at that. You got your own ISO. Look at that. Yes, Lori O'Connor in the house. Normally we have a louder crowd in here, but we don't have too many people, unfortunately. But thank you for coming to the studio. What do you think of the studio?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's so much fun, and it's very much you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I think that's a compliment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Of
So,
course.
so Lori is the executive director for the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. If you've been to any of the events, you know she's the one who comes on at the end and says thank you to every single person that's there. And I always try to come up with unique ways to introduce her besides just my best friend. That's all we really get out now because there's been so many. And I'm so honored and just so happy to have you in here with us to talk about the citywide food drive as over halfway now, I guess, eh?
Absolutely. Over halfway. You know, we've just given people the entire month a huge opportunity to contribute food and funds to the food bank at a really critical time.
Yes, and I've been trying to sort of hammer on the importance with how you have the big run over Christmas time, and then that sort of gets you to pretty much this point, and then everything's sort of really low again, and we got to get back into it. And it's like you said before, it used to be one day, and now we need a whole month to get this thing stocked back up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we know we're bracing for those summer months when kids aren't in school, the school lunch programs aren't running, and folks will be struggling even more. So we're trying to fill the warehouse.
And in case you're wondering how you can help at home, SaskatoonFoodBank.org is the website. And when you go there, even a guy like me, I'm so grateful for that website because I am so bad with technology. Like I'm horrible with it to the point where our website for this place is literally, it's just a smooth little scroll down. There's like 4 things to hit and that's it because I get so distracted with stuff. You make it so easy to figure out the different ways you can help out, be it getting the bin to your workplace and getting that going and filling that up, or monetary donations, and just, I guess, maybe talk about how much those bins help. Because I know we're really pushing for the bins right now, and it's a lot of fun too, right? To see what you're doing as it's growing. Like I've been at places where those bins fill up real quick, and you see the excitement that people get when they're filling it up.
Yeah, I think in Saskatchewan, in Saskatoon in particular, we're such a generous community. But there is something very tactile and really makes you feel great when you can put food into a bin and you know that's going directly to a family who needs it. And so, on the website can tell you all about how to get a bin for your workplace, fill it up, and then we'll come and pick it up.
That's the best part because they get heavy. They get very heavy. I know that.
They sure do. Yeah, they sure do. And it's just thinking about the most healthy food.
Yes.
Things that'll fill up people's bellies and fill up their pantries, and those are the kinds of things we need.
So when we say that, when we go out shopping, because part of the reason it's so hard to keep things coming into places like the food bank is because life is so hard right now for everybody, and that's why the numbers keep going up. But when you're there and you see deals like a 2-for-1 on this or a 2-for-1 on that, you can, get the free one and then just donate it, right? There's other ways you can help out without just saying, here, take this.
Yeah, absolutely. Being really creative, thinking about your favorite meal and the things that you need.
Spaghetti. I love spaghetti.
Spaghetti and, pasta and sauce, easy peasy. Pick that up and pop it into a bin. Of course, if you don't have a bin at your workplace, you can pop it into any bin at any grocery store. They're all great supporters of ours. And if you just don't have time at this point, you can go and make a financial contribution right on our website.
We also like those too, don't we?
Yes.
Speaking of, I have my tally. We were talking right before we went on air here about how I'm using my crutch as a tally for donations, and I decided $10. We might go broke here, Ethan, after the end of this month, but we currently sit at $170 so far for the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. Again, I wanted to give one right in front of you, so make that 180. That's a good crutch right there. So every time you hear me say again, 190, we make a donation. So that's another neat way you can sort of contribute is if you have something, I know not everybody has the, the luck to have their own sort of show to do this, but even if you're in your own workplace and you find words you say way too often, you want to work on it. Work on yourself while helping others. That's what we're all about here. And it's a great way to do that. So $10 donations for every time we use the crutch word around here. Before we let you go, is there anything else that you want to say while you're here? Because I know that you have to sort of say the same message over and over and over again. And I feel like now that I've started doing this sort of the same thing, as in doing a show and I'm saying the same stuff about the websites and this and that, you sort of forget about those really important things that really stand out to you. Is there anything you want to just touch on before we roll on here?
Well, first of all, like a huge thank you, to folks like you who share the word and to folks out there who have already contributed. We just could not do the work we do without this amazing community. And we really do feel like it's a great big hug.
It is.
Yes.
Absolutely. And being a person who's been lucky enough to be at the building and be a part of these events and to see how hard people really do work, it's motivating. Like it really truly is motivating for someone like me. Like I'm so lazy. It's one of like my biggest faults. I'm such a lazy guy. And when I get to come and see you guys every couple of months for this event or that event, it's like a refresher for life. It's like, okay, well, if they can sit here and do all of this good, why are you being so lazy? So it's a full circle type of thing. We see what you guys do, and it motivates us to do it as well. And we're just so grateful to have you guys run the show there. And again, SaskatoonFoodBank.org. Go to the website. It's very easy to navigate. Monetary donations, you can get those barrels going, fill those bad boys up, and all of the other things as we have a couple more weeks here going on till the end of the month of May with the citywide food drive.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Oh, you're the best, Lori. Give me one right there. Lori O'Connor, Executive Director of the Saskatoon Food Bank. Here we go. I can't hear you, Ethan. That's it. This is great. See you now. We were talking about the escape route here, and we usually have some some obstacles, but none like we do today. And there she goes. I love you, Lori. Say hi to everyone for us again, okay? You're the best, girl. Oh, see, I wish we could always start a show off like that. Hey, just get Lori in here every day. Like, I feel so. It's the magic. It's the magic of the kindness. That's the face for all of these huge, huge movements that go on around here to help people, like to genuinely help people. I say it all the time. We can't sit here at the Dufferin Ave Media Network and say, oh yeah, treat others the way you want to be treated and be kind and do good things and all that, and then just not do anything. So to get her involved and to actually like care enough about this place and to have a relationship that her and I have built where she will take time out of her day, and trust me, very, very, very busy woman, to come here and to sit down and just to say hi and just let you know again, this is important stuff that we got going on. Please help out if you can. So $190 our current donation is at on behalf of the Dufferin Avenue Media Network. Dragon, how much are we paying you? Can we take half of that out of your pay? Just because you're not, keeping track of me enough? It doesn't count if you say it. Okay, I feel good. See, getting the positivity going is so nice. Really appreciate it. I got British Barber beefcake on my shirt today. I felt like it was going to be a cat day, as that's my dude right there. Very big cat, SPCA special, $20 special he was. And he is one heck of a cat. I was never a cat guy until him. Now I fell in love with my sweet, sweet Henry, who passed not too long ago. We're going to get a Henry tree going, though, here just outside the studio. And I was thinking about him today, and I was thinking about Brutus and Blazer, our other little rascal. And so it's time to represent. So that's what we're doing. Coming up in a couple minutes' time, once he joins on the Zoom machine, we will be checking in with our very, very good friend, Croker, Clayton Croker, to be exact, as he is, well, you know him as best friend of this show, and he's representing all sorts of amazing things we got going on within this province, not just this city. I was going to say in Saskatoon, but you know him from all of those cool, awesome adventures he goes on, like the best donuts, the best pizza, I'll start with the best chicken fingers. Like, that was pretty awesome. And to go from all of that to like Zamboni driving and golf courses, the dude, he represents an incredible company called Creatorade. And him and Creatorade are doing incredible things as they basically go out and they put an amplifier, like a megaphone, on all these incredible businesses and other things we have going on. As Ethan's still trying, because we have some gremlins in the system. That's what happens. We haven't had LB here in like 4 days. And slowly things have started to just slowly deteriorate. As you'll notice every now and then the camera or the TV behind us goes on and off, and we got cameras turning on and off, and I think I probably did all of it somehow because I'm in here trying to do stuff. It never goes well. But in the end, we don't need that camera 2 anymore anyway, buddy. So you're all good. I think it's a great time to check in on besides best friends like Lori O'Connor showing up, the only reason people watch this show. That would be the Maggie Cam, proudly brought to you by our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. I'm going by there today right after the show. Mike and Rochelle will probably be gone for the evening, but I think Kirsten or Shar or Chris will be there. So we'll go and say hi to them and pick up some food and thank them for always being so damn awesome. I say it all the time. Back when we were at the other place, they were the only business that believed in Maggie and I enough to support us. She's taking a nap now. She's had a long day too. So thank you again to them for being so good. And once Brooksy gets back from her trip to Mexico with her lovely mother, we're going to start doing the adventures with Maggie again, which was a video series we did back in the day. And they were so fun, as basically we just dress up Maggie in all the coolest clothes. It's like Milan for dogs, all the hottest looks for your dog in this spring and the summer line and all that. So I will get her back into modeling, and that will be a lot of fun there. As I go to my phone and look to see the gremlins going on, I do want to talk real quick about the Fireside Singers. Our main man, LB. And this is the other thing I wanted to check, because I said yesterday that he was probably going to poop his pants last night because he would be so nervous. He said, by the way, in response to your comment, he wanted me to read this. On yesterday's show, I did not poop my pants. I have only done that once, and that was because I almost passed out on stage. That was also like probably 8 years ago or something. Sure, bud. Sure. Anyways, he's going to be on stage again tonight with the Fireside Singers. TCU Place is the place to be, as it is so cool. If you've never been to a Fireside before, like, it's the coolest stuff you can imagine. These are the Broadway musicals they're doing. So they're covering all the hits from all the big Broadway shows and all that stuff. And I asked him how it went last night, and he said it was good, really good, but he's a perfectionist. Well, I like all the guys around here. They're just surrounded by perfectionists. Like Ethan said today, well, we can always be better. Like, dude, we're doing really good. LB's the same way. He crushed it. Guaranteed he crushed it last night. But he's like, oh, we can always be a little better. I guess that's why we want to surround ourselves with guys like that, because I'm always just happy to be here, We've been through so much. Once you get to my age, like, man, I'm just trying to get through the day. You got hockey going on. Shout out to the Moose Jaw Warriors. Yeah, I know. Is it too soon to say? I feel like it might be too soon to say that. I'll have to ask Croker. But I feel like we should be cheering on the Moose Jaw Warriors after that marathon. 6 of the 7 games going to overtime against your Saskatoon Blades. And then they go to Portland and just put the boots to them. Yeah, I know. Like Billy Madison. Hey, don't put them out with your boots, Ted. They swept them. Sweeps all over the place as the Mem Cup gets set to go, which is pretty crazy. So we will be cheering on the Moose Jaw Warriors as they continue on their quest, representing the WHL, your WHL champs. Pretty cool. Could have been the Blades. Should have been the Blades, but we're not going to talk about it. If you are a business like Aquaman, underwater drone inspections, yeah, they do that, okay? Along with so much more. Hit up dufferinave.com. That's where you go. And then let us know if you want to advertise with us or content create or any other of that cool stuff. But right now it sounds like we got my man Croker here. So we are going to swing the Zoom on over to our sweet, sweet Croker. Oh, there he is. God, you're beautiful.
How's it going, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Don't put it out with your boots, Ted.
Is this happening
Call the
again?
fire department. This one's out of control.
Button, that M button down on the bottom somewhere. You look great.
Can you hear me, bud?
There you are. I got you. Absolutely.
Don't
I
put
knew
it out
we'd
with
get
your
it.
boots, Ted. Call
You
the
like that
fire
one?
department. This one's out of control. You go
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Oh, that's hey. Are we allowed to cheer for Moose Jaw now?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Well, for Jaeger Furcus, because he has the same kind of red-headed mustache that I do, so we can cheer for the Furcus Circus, but that's about it.
I wanted to see how long we could go without acknowledging that duster. I think we made about 10 seconds.
I'm a mustache guy now. Like, I was a beard guy forever, but I was blinded, and I can see again. I'm a mustache guy. At least until it gets annoying, because I'm not gonna eating these wings and eating noodles. It is so annoying with this thing. Like I rip it out when I bite down, and it's just. But no, Moose Jaw, we don't want to cheer for them because it's just too painful, too soon.
Too soon. I thought so.
Just, they go in and sweep Portland after that epic series we gave them. It was just a kick in the balls.
That's what I like to say. The Blades would have beat them in 3 games.
Yeah. Exactly. I was just again, no matter that was the real series. That was the real final. Was Saskatoon Moose Jaw. Portland didn't stand a chance.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out the city of Moose Jaw. Like Moose Jaw fans, we can cheer for because the scene of Moose Jaw coming back from from Portland from the airport at 1 o'clock in the morning, crazy. Insane. And then them leaving too, it was just crazy, right? So
very cool. So real quick, what does Mo think of that duster? He was looking at it a little bit. Yeah.
Well, he just tugs on it all the time, right? He just goes to town
Well,
on it. So
something,
any like
yeah.
it's like his favorite toy, like running in the middle of the streets and ripping my mustache off. His favorite things to do in the world. So,
Ah,
man, being a dad's awesome. He turns 2 on Monday, so we're
oh,
having a
that's
big we're
exciting.
having the family over and stuff like that. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
happy
gonna
early
be
birthday to Mo.
yeah.
So I
It's an
hate to
excuse for
take
me and
this
my
from
buddies to get drunk.
yeah, yeah, sad day in not just the sports world, not just the Saskatchewan world, but the broadcasting world as a whole. And I don't know if you came across it like I did, but I did like my morning social media run through, and every single person I know was giving their condolences and sharing their love for the late Darren Detition passing away today. A WABC grad and a guy, Porcupine
Mhm.
Plains, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Dutchy
enjoyed.
was the guy, man. Like his style, it was kind of like you. It was very unique, but like in a good way, right? Like it was unique and it was his own and he made it his own. And well, like at the start, some people were like, this guy's too big. He's too all over the place. No, man, that was just his style, right? When he
You
started
go.
doing the bang, like, oh, bang, 2-1 Canucks. Like it's just, that's so classic, right?
The
And
transit story.
everyone at TSN loved him.
Tell me about the
Everyone at
transit story.
TSN. Okay, so it was back in the old radio days. It was early on in my days at Cruise too, so I was still trying to like have my big thing to make me known in the mornings, right? You got to
There
have
you
a
go.
big viral thing or something, right?
Yeah.
So this was right around the time that Vancouver was changing their public transit voice to Seth Rogen, and it was a big deal, right? Like, oh, Seth Rogen's now going to be the voice on the speakers in the subway or whatever they have there. So I was like, all right, well, let's do the same thing here in Saskatoon. Let's change the bus dings to Darren Detition bangs. So every single time a bus would stop, bang, bang. I thought like that's super silly, right? And it must have been a slow news day because CTV ended up covering it. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll come down." So they came down to the radio station, like, sat me down with this story. And since they're CTV, like they work with TSN, right? So they
Yep.
got on a Zoom call with him and showed him. I just sent Matt Young a message. Our boy, Matty
Yes.
Young, shout out to him.
He's coming
He's
on right
looking through the
after you.
CTV. He saw it on. He asked him if he found it or not. I sent him a message at 11. He didn't message me back.
It's a pre-tape,
So
so
yeah, so he's gonna look through the archives and try and find it for me because they showed Dutchy this thing and he was like, "Oh, that's so awesome!" And he did the bang for me and everything. So,
and,
but he was the man. Like that's the reason I got into sports broadcasting. I was 10 years old. I saw him on Sports Center and I was like, man, if a small town Saskatchewan guy can make it and go to the school in Saskatoon, right? Like I went to WABC because of him.
yeah.
I went to the open house and I was like, really? And I was like, oh no, Darren Detition went here. Oh, okay, well if he went here, then it's fine. Okay, then I trust it, right? It's fine. But like, it was sad, man, seeing it. You're just, he had cancer a few years back, and I thought everything was on the up and up, and it's
Yeah.
just, it kind of came out of nowhere, you know?
That's the I think that's the strangest part, because you said it perfectly. It came out of nowhere. We had no idea that anything was sort of going bad for him in any way.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden it just hits you. And I don't know about you, but this sort of goes back to being at the old place to being to this place. At the old place, whenever there was a big death, we'd spend the whole day talking about the death. And it
Yeah.
just, like I was talking to Kurt Dahl about it, my main man, about how anytime any musician died, I would talk to him. And literally, he was sitting in this chair right beside me when I said I didn't even realize the connection till right now, that whenever I think about those people, you're the first person I talk to. And this is the first sort of one that you feel connected to without really knowing the guy. And
Hmm.
I don't have that sort of, I guess, not duty, but like a sort of an honor to make sure we all pay our respects to these people that pass away. And it just feels weird to be in this situation. Do you feel like that at all? Like, do you guys ever do that when people
I
pass?
was never like when I was on the radio back in the day, in our old days. I was never that big celebrity death guy, right? Some people would really egg it on, like when Chris Corbeil died. I remember some radio DJs like crying on the air, gutted, yeah, and it's like, okay, like it's pump the brakes a bit, right? It's okay to be sad, but I think they just play it up for the sake of that's you're on the radio, you got to play everything up, right? I
Yeah.
was never that kind of style, right? Obviously, you're like, oh man, this guy died. Leonard Cohen died. We obviously got to talk about it and be sad. But this one, it was just because he was such a relatable guy and he was one of us, right? Like usually when these big celebrities happen, like what big celebrities are from Saskatchewan, right? That doesn't really hit home for us, right? But he is kind of a big celebrity in Saskatchewan. I mean, he's such a Saskatchewan celebrity, host of Sports Center, and always dropping bangs and Saskatchewan references. Like, what a Saskatchewan celebrity, hey? So that's why I think everyone's like, man, and he speaks at so many events in his home province, and he does so many volunteer things here. So everyone has a Dutchy story. Like everyone has, oh, I went to an event with him. He spent 10 minutes talking to me, right? Oh, I drank a beer with him, right? Like he's such a relatable guy. He's one of us, and that's why this one's kind of like, oh man. Like, everyone in Saskatchewan knows each other, and I think this is just kind of proving it, right? There's like 6 degrees of separation everywhere.
And you say it perfectly. He's a Saskatchewan guy. Like people would talk, and all the stories coming out, and all these different people paying their respects would say like their stories would start with Dutchy had no reason to talk to me. I was an intern here. I was just starting there, and he'd go out and seek them and talk to them and be like, "Hey, welcome to the team," and just being a good Saskatchewan guy. And hearing that stuff, it's like, man, we need more of those people nowadays, more than ever. And then to lose one, I hear what you're saying, man. It hits you. It hits you hard.
I had Derek Taylor. Yeah, I had Derek Taylor, the old voice of the Riders, on my podcast yesterday, and he was at TSN forever. Like he was there for 6-7 years. He worked with Dutchy on Sports Center. Like I wish I would have asked him some Dutchy stories, right? Like this obviously happened the next day because that guy's got some good Dutchy stories. Like working with that guy apparently was second to none because apparently he was never in a bad mood. It was just party time all the time, whether they're on the desk or apparently Kraft Hockeyville, he was an animal. Like after they would shoot their stuff or whatever, he'd just be going to whatever small town bar and just drinking it up with the locals.
Shirts off. Like, I hear the tarps are always coming off with Dutchy.
Like that Ron McLean photo of him drunk at the bar. That's Dutchy every day. That's his life, right? Like this. It sucks, man. That was like again, a lot of these big wig broadcasters, they're all Toronto, Vancouver, big city guys, right? He was ours. He was kind of our Saskatchewan guy, and yeah, we're gonna miss him a lot.
Dude, thank you for giving me a couple minutes. I know you're a very busy dude, and we'd love to get you back in studio here maybe next week once things maybe chill out a little bit. But you're always busy, so I'll just keep bugging you because you're a member here. We appreciate you so damn much.
Thursdays are dad duty. We're off to gymnastics today, so
that's it. Oh, he's getting warmed up.
Right. We're gonna go to gymnastics. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Dude, thank you so much again. That's another one. I'm up to, look at this. I got that's $200 now going to the citywide food drive with my crutch of again. So
let's go.
Let's do it. Take care, brother. I love you. Thank you.
Later,
we'll talk to you again very soon.
Love you too, buddy.
My dude, the great Clayton Croker. Yeah, like when we were going through all of those, I guess everyone just saying how important Dutchy was to them. Croker was like legit. You could tell he meant every word, and it's so true. And that's why he's a part of this whole thing. Is he's just like you and I. Like he cares. And he's a real dude, and that's what Dutchy was all about. So again, passing away today, the great Darren Titian, for broadcasting greatness, right there. Okay, we mentioned CTV's Matt Young, and I believe we will jump right in. And unfortunately, it was a previously recorded taping, but I will reach out to him after because we would like to know more about that news story that Croker did with getting Dutchy's bang on the transit system. So anyways, I guess we'll jump right into it, and let's go ahead and roll that one, my dragon. What has basically become a Thursday tradition around here. It's Matt Young Day!
Hey, we're back. Always bring in something you don't see every day. That's what I try to do.
This is what I love because you show up and then we have stuff here and everyone watching says, what the hell is that? And we're going to learn because I think this is the first time ever we will have a fashion show on your show.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna do that,
this.
and so we're gonna start. Cue the old Price is Right prize music.
Yeah. Oh.
And what do we have now? Now, sometimes we're going to dive back. We're going to show you some stuff you might not see anywhere in any city, but you might see a guy like me wearing it around here in
This
Saskatoon.
collection is wild.
So I got a bunch of old clothing, like that'll take you back to the 90s and the 80s
all the
and the
way.
early 2000s. And so I thought, why not bring out some of this stuff?
Let's show it off.
Yes, that's exactly what it's about. So, alrighty. So feast your eyes on. I got this. This is a hockey jersey, right? And,
Yes.
and I'm in Saskatoon, right? We're in Saskatoon.
Yeah.
So there's some people in Saskatoon. You might remember the old days of WWF. It's now WWE.
Yes.
WWF. How about this? I got this right here. I'll just hold it up there. World Wrestling Federation. This is a hockey jersey. A hockey jersey.
With the F still in it.
With the F still there.
That's it.
And it's sort of the Attitude style logo,
yeah,
right?
and that was like right before the World Wildlife Federation sued the heck out of them.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that
these are really hard to get. Now, this is a hockey jersey, which is what really makes it neat. So it's got
it
a bit of a
stands out.
Canadian theme to it too.
Absolutely. Do you remember where you got it? What's the story behind this
the
one?
story behind this one? I found a guy on eBay,
Of course.
that was doing a ton of
course you
cleaning
did.
out. And he had this jersey, it was either eBay or Kijiji. Now I can't even remember,
Well,
but it was somebody,
yeah.
and he was selling online, so I bought it from him. And I think there's some of this stuff out there, but it's hard to find. It's hard to find in good condition. That's
Yeah.
really the key, right? Because you can find a lot
Absolutely.
of this stuff that's like it's old, the logo's all
tattered and
coming
beat
off,
up.
the pattern's gone.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
cool,
is
man.
this is pretty neat. So
I
this
love
is,
that.
This is something that
We're starting it off.
There you go. Hey, we can even hang it
Perfect.
up.
Yes.
We'll
Get the
stay-
hangers going.
We'll stay.
Or we can hang on the fence. Hey, there's lots of room. We can do it all. Yeah, we're good.
It's
We
hanging
got
right
one.
there. All right. Okay. Now, this is something. This is not new. This is an old Saskatchewan rough. This is a new Saskatchewan rough. These are the
This
starter
is like,
jackets.
look at this.
Yeah, these are the starter jackets.
Mint condition again.
Yeah,
How do you get these
well,
things in
this
mint
is, now
condition?
this is new. I just bought this.
Okay.
This is being sold today.
Oh, okay. I
This
see what
is
you're
being
saying.
sold today.
Whew.
And the reason why I brought this is because starter jackets from the 90s, remember the
coming
big starter
back.
jacket? They're coming back. They're
Oh,
starting
yeah.
to do this now.
Yeah.
Stores are starting to sell these. They got of course the big
Look at how
logo that's on the
beautiful that
back
is.
there, right? So they got that.
Gorgeous.
So the starter jackets are back. Now, why did I bring this? Because, well, I've been collecting these for a long time.
Here, I got.
And you know what I got? So if you look really old CFL days,
I love
really
this.
old CFL days. The CFL used to have U.S. teams.
Yes.
It's for some people you might remember in the 90s. One of them was Baltimore. So I have this is a Baltimore Stallions.
When I look at this
CFL
thing, when I
starter
look
jacket.
at this, I think of, was it Tracy Ham?
Tracy Ham.
Tracy Ham was
And
in there?
This team played in the very first Grey Cup in Saskatchewan.
Yes.
In 1995.
Look at that.
There you go. So
That's
it's still
so
it's
cool.
in its great condition. In
Look
fact,
at it.
I think I'm just gonna put it on right now. Why not? Why not?
And
everybody?
you have done a version with the U.S. teams of your Tecmo Bowl mods, haven't you?
I have.
With the CFL and the
yeah,
US ones?
with the video game mods and stuff like that. So right now,
So
this is. Hey, does it not look too? I think that looks pretty good. Why not?
You could coach or even play.
There you go. Now
this is what I'm
this
talking
is
about.
cool.
I know you
Some
love
people
this
might
team
remember,
right here.
right? Remember, Sacramento used to have
Yes.
a CFL team. Imagine Sacramento playing
all the
Saskatchewan in
places.
football.
Yeah, it happened.
This is there you go, right there.
The gold
Sacramento starter jacket, right? If you see a guy in Saskatoon wearing one of these,
You know who it is.
you know, because nobody has one but me.
And I will say this, David Archer.
David Archer,
Threw
yeah.
for like 1 million yards, a
That's
quarterback.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So cool,
Isn't
man.
that neat?
Look at it.
Isn't it neat?
And the logos.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's a great shape.
So how old would this one be here?
Well, this would be from 1993.
Okay.
This would be from
And
1993.
that's, like, straight up when you
So
got it?
These
Okay.
these are like 30 years old, right?
And did you just come across them?
So a bunch of this stuff, again, it was finding a guy on the internet who happened to have a bunch of this stuff. And guys get rid of this stuff for various reasons. I mean, it could be that a family member passed away and they got to
Like
move
clean
on or
stuff
clean up their
out,
house. Maybe they're retiring and it's sort of time to unload on all the things you've owned. So there's and then I got one more. I got one more right here. Who remembers the Las Vegas
Posse.
Posse?
The Posse.
Right?
Now,
He's
I don't
the-
think I can think of a single player from the Posse. Look
Las
at that.
Vegas. Oh, Anthony Calvillo.
There he is. Of course, only one of the best
There you
QBs of
go.
all time in the history
Las
of CFL.
Vegas
Yeah.
Posse. So if you see someone rocking around wearing a Las Vegas
That's
Posse
amazing.
starter jacket from 1994, it's only going to be me because I
How-
don't know anybody else who has this stuff.
How often do you wear these? Please tell me.
You
like,
know what? I
you are wearing them.
usually wear them to like sporting events.
Yeah.
So, like I wear them to like a Blades game, or sometimes if I'm going to check out Ratter training camp that's going down
Yes,
right now at Griffiths.
absolutely.
You know what? I'll wear some of this stuff and you get people who come up and ask,
Conversation starter.
man, where'd you get that jacket? And you get people who I remember that, and you start talking to old football and things like that, and next thing you know, it's like, you know, you get a lot of people just interested in talking CFL from back in the day.
That one, like that jacket looks natural on you.
Oh, it's great.
Like it looks
And
like
it's
you
warm,
should be
too.
wearing. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
And it makes it look like I got big muscles, right?
Yeah, it's totally
Big shoulders.
It's like one of those muscle suits. so when I look at these, this again, the nostalgia that comes with this stuff. man.
Now, one more thing I'll show, because everybody we talked about Rider training
Yes.
camp, right? So I was a big Rider fan growing up, of
course.
course. So way back in, I'm gonna guess this is in 2001. This is how it's going back over 20 years. So. In 2001, I got my own Rough Rider jersey made from the old starter days with the old logo on it. And then I also I decided I was going to have my own name on the back.
Yes.
Because, you know,
Make it
I'll
your own.
never get traded. I'll always be a Rider
It's a
fan.
safe one to put on there for
exactly
sure.
right. Now it's a bit faded. You can see it's a bit faded here. 'cause
beautiful.
It's old, but that's the old style starter jerseys that were huge. Like if you watch a Rider game now, the jerseys, they're these very thin, form-fitting,
Like
they're very tight
sleek,
against your
yeah,
body, right?
yeah.
It's meant so these were very, very loose.
These were back when you could like cut off the midriff and just go gut
oh,
out.
and they'd flop around. Like I mean,
Yeah.
this is it's like your pants are probably bigger than that
I could put
sleeve.
my legs
you
in there,
know?
for sure,
You
both
know?
legs.
So yeah, so this
That's
is
so
some of the
cool,
cool
man.
stuff, and this is because when we talk about retro,
This is it.
we've been talking a lot about video games.
Yeah, dude.
There's so much retro stuff out there,
And
in all kinds
like
of
you
different.
said, it's coming back.
Oh, it totally is. Like the starter jackets are coming back. Like this brand new one that I got.
I
you know,
love
right
that.
here.
I
And
love
I
that
think
one.
it's because like I don't know. There's a fascination with things where people say, you know what? I want that back again.
Yeah.
That was cool. And so you're starting to see like vinyl's back.
Absolutely.
You can go into 10 years ago, you could go into a record, you would never see a vinyl record anywhere. Now
Nope.
they're almost outnumbered CDs in some places.
And then again, CDs will start rolling too.
Exactly.
Eventually. So
Exactly.
it's just is basically what I'm learning right now. Just collect every single thing you can.
You know
and
what?
Hoard it all.
And take those little. Like, it's so weird because I used to own some video games that 25 years ago I sold them.
Yeah.
And now, oh boy, I wish
Why
I
would
would
I
have.
do
Why
that?
did I do that? Because
Yes.
now that video game's worth like $1,000.
And now you're spending your entire time, your entire being looking for those games to get them back in your collection.
Exactly. So it's games or it's cards or all that sort of stuff is really, really fun. And like I say, what makes it unique is some of this stuff I got from the US. Like there's American guys who, especially the old CFL jackets.
Oh, man.
I was at the gold and silver Pawn. Remember the show Pawn Stars?
Yes, absolutely.
I was there. They had a Wayne Gretzky jersey there.
like
They
in the
had-
actual place?
yeah, in the actual
No
place.
way.
I have pictures of it. Yeah, I went in
That's
there.
so
I went in
cool.
there and I thought, man, I would love to like get on the
Walk in
show
with this
some
bundle.
of this, and I bet you they would pay me a pretty penny.
What do you
for it.
think
Who
they would
knows?
do? Because they're always just like look at you and they're like, no, I can't do that.
No, I can't do that. Can't do that.
So what would you ask for this stack?
Oh
right now,
man,
let's do a
this
Pawn
whole
Stars.
stack, man. Okay.
And again, the emotional attachment.
Are you calling
to
in an expert to have a look?
no.
Okay, the expert's
No
not
experts.
in. All right,
No
we're the
experts
experts.
today. You're the expert.
We're the experts. Oh man, I'd have to say $200-$300 a jacket.
Oh, at least.
I'd have to say that.
I was
Like,
I was going to start
I've seen
there.
some of these go on eBay and other auction sites for $400 to $500.
Dude. Well, especially
So-
the condition they're in too. Like,
Yeah, and then this one is right here. It actually
love
says, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera. I'll
Get it
stand
in
up.
there.
But it actually says Baltimore CFL Colts. Because in 1993 or 4, when they came to Canada, they originally were going to call them the Baltimore Colts. And then the NFL came along and there was a lawsuit. So they had to wipe
With
the
Indy.
Colts off the
So-
shirts and the jacket. But they never got to this one in time.
dude, so that's like having the
Yeah.
the error on the card
That's
that makes
like having,
it
yeah,
super
exactly.
expensive,
The
super
error
rare
on the card
yeah.
and the wrong one. So,
Yeah.
so this is
That's a
really neat.
rare-
And so so you walk into people's houses, everybody has some weird stuff that they collect.
This is the stuff that
I have
would
starter
like-
jackets.
Please tell me that you show these off proudly in your home.
Absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. I have them. Anybody who wants to see them, and I have a few other ones too. I couldn't bring them all, but more. I show them, but I wear them proudly.
That's it. And
I am
that's what you gotta
absolutely
do.
proud to say
Oh.
that I once watched the Baltimore Stallions and the Sacramento Gold Miners live, and you're never going to see that ever again.
I can't believe that I didn't pick up on the Colts on that.
Yeah.
Like that just changes
Yeah.
the whole dynamic,
Yep,
dude.
yep. And I had another one of these. This one is in really good shape. I had another one that was actually brand new. It had the tags on it. Still.
Oh, come on.
Like the old starter tags. So,
Jackpot.
exactly. So this stuff is all really neat. I love it.
I love that you brought this in today. Like, every time you come in here, it's something wild and different and awesome, and I so much appreciate that. I feel like we need to start doing like a show, like not like Cribs, like MTV Cribs, but
Yeah, I've seen
sort
that.
of showing off
Yeah.
like your collections and stuff, because you
yeah.
have all of this crazy stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like so cool to nerds
Yeah.
like me, you know?
Oh, exactly, and it's you know what's really neat is you would be surprised what you find valuable in your past, right? Like you go to a garage sale and you're like, oh, I remember those. I remember Micro Machines.
Yes.
Yeah. And then suddenly you're like, oh man, I want to collect Micro Machines again. And then and next thing you know, you got her all going, or Tyco race cars or whatever, right? So for me, I mean, once I saw one of these once, I'm like, that's cool. I'd like to have another one. I'd like to have another one. And now I wear them once in a while, and people are like, that's really cool, right? So that, I mean, and video games, I should bring posters. I have video game posters.
Do it.
Remember when
Next
you used to
Thursday,
buy a
man.
video game, you used to get the poster?
Yeah, 100%.
Like they would have like the Sega Genesis. And
Yeah.
they'd have next,
Like
I
Nintendo
think I'll do
Power
that,
had a bunch of
yeah.
those too, and like that was like the highlight of the thing. You'd have to rip it out and use like staples in there, and you trash your Nintendo Power, but you could do it.
You could do
and we would
it.
hang them up on the walls, and it would look
I
super
got
cool.
a bunch of those at home, so I collect them.
Dude.
They're super, super awesome.
I don't think I could be any more like nerd pumped than I am right now. Just thinking about all the cool stuff that you can bring in here, man.
Yeah,
Because this stuff needs to be shown off.
There's a lot more nerdy stuff that's coming down the pipe. I'll tell you that. And by the way, start looking for it because I'm gonna start posting some clips. So the Saskatoon Berries. Remember we were
Yes,
talking about them
Go
last
Berries,
week, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Saskatoon Berries.
Yeah.
They're gonna be starting their season soon, right? Coming
Yeah.
up here. So I'm on my PlayStation 5.
Oh, here we go.
Do you have a PlayStation 5?
Not
Do you have
yet.
an
I'm
Xbox?
saving
Okay.
up.
Okay.
I got a PS4.
Okay, so I got a PlayStation 5, and I think you can get it for PlayStation 4 too, actually. So on the baseball game, I could create the Saskatoon Berries.
You didn't.
So
did you?
I created, and they got the logo, but what's really cool is you can create the stadium. So I created like Cairns Field.
Get out of
And it's got it's
Okay,
like the little metal
everyone,
feature.
all of our friends with the Saskatoon Berries organization, use this man to promote your product. How cool would that be?
I'm gonna play a few games and post some clips.
I love it.
It's gonna look really cool because the presentation is MLB Network, so
Of course.
it makes the team look like they're on,
the show.
on
It's such a
Sunday
great
night
game.
prime time.
It's so
and it's
cool,
the
man.
Berries. So
and that's a great way to promote again this season
totally,
starting right away,
totally,
right?
Totally.
So, match made in heaven, right there. I'm just saying.
so
This
we're
is
gonna-
pretty cool. Make
we're
sure
gonna-
you let us all know when you get those
I'll
up.
get those clips
I'll
up.
make sure
I'm
to share
hoping
them
to get
all.
them up next week. I got the long weekend coming.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna try and get some of that up there. And I think I told everybody it's gonna take a few weeks, but we're gonna try and maybe get Mr. Gary Nickel somehow
We're
in
doing
Super
something.
Mario.
We're doing something.
Do you think we could do that? Do you think we could get you in Super Mario?
It would
I
only
think
be
there's a way we can do it, guys.
That would be the dream right there, dude.
And Mega Man.
All of them. Let's
Yeah.
just do it all. This
you
guy
go.
right here,
There
Matt
you go,
Young.
there you
CTV
go.
Matt Young is the handle. Find him. You will learn all about the most nerdiest, coolest stuff you could ever imagine.
Right
And-
here in Saskatoon.
That's it.
Right here in Saskatoon.
And Berries, get a hold of him and all the
Saskatoon
other
Berries.
organizations, right? Like that's get. He's doing great stuff. We have to show it
There
off.
you go. Can I ask, did you before we go? Did
Yes.
you ever have any clothing or styles when you were younger that were like that come back to you? Or
Chip
anything
and Pepper,
like that?
man.
Chip.
It's
I
always
remember Chip and Pepper.
Chip
I
and
remember
Pepper.
Chip and Pepper and
Yeah.
Ocean Pacific.
OP, yeah.
OP, yep.
Yeah.
You remember them? And then there was like Mazimo. Remember?
Yeah.
Mazimo, right? Remember
And
Mazimo?
Mondetta. You remember
And
the Mondetta with the flags?
And then there were No Fear shirts.
Oh.
Remember No Fear shirts? They had like and
Dude.
the slogans on the back.
You miss
Anyways.
100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right.
No fear.
It's not who you know, it's who knows you.
And then you had all like the ripoffs, like the Fear Not and all those other.
No
oh.
Surrender and those ones. Oh man! And
I
then
think
you
we're gonna
get
have to do
into
another.
I
talk
think
about
we're gonna
this
have to.
soon.
We have to go back in time and go shopping again.
Dude, thank you so much for giving us some time, and we'll talk to you again next week, man. I really appreciate you, brother.
You got her.
Of that, man. He's doing so much cool stuff that I always want to do, like modding games and collecting the swag. Like, how many people do you know with starter jackets, let alone from the U.S. version of the CFL? So cool. So he's become a regular around here, and we'll check in with him again next week. I guess next Thursday it would be, as he's something to look forward to, which we always appreciate here. What do you think, Dragon? Should we get another Maggie Cam going? I feel like I just want to give more love to our friends at Pet Planet on Ace for Your Pet's natural grocer. Like, look at that Sleeping Beauty. God, she's beautiful. All the love to our friends Mike and Rochelle and Kirsten and Shar and Chris over there doing great things. And this is honestly all the feedback we get is just Maggie Cam, Maggie Cam, Maggie Cam. So I think we need to start getting more cams. I'm pretty sure we got the Uncle Mike mustache cam ready to go. We'll try to implement that tomorrow as I got a trim. So I can't really rolly fingers the stash right now, which is a little unfortunate. But we're going to start incorporating more cams. In the sports world tonight, you got your Rangers, you got your Hurricanes. Yeah, in case you haven't been following, the Rangers were up 3-0 in that series. And Carolina is starting to look like the Hartford Whalers of old. And climb back, I don't know if the Whalers were ever famous for making comebacks, as they didn't really win all that much, but still, just the best jerseys going. Love Hartford, as Carolina looks to even that up at 3 tonight. That's a 5 o'clock puck drop, and then back to Vancouver they go, as the Oilers and Vancouver get set for Game 5 tonight, 8 p.m. puck drop for that one. Okay. We currently sit at $200 for our donation to the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center's citywide food drive, which goes on until the end of May. So we still have a couple weeks to go. That number could get extremely high. So we're trying really hard not to use our crutch, which is using the word, and we're not going to count this one. I've been told I got to chill out, but I'm like, no, it's for a good cause. Using the word again as a crutch to create time to allow your mind to think about what you're going to say next. So we are currently at $200 as we are trying to do our part to help the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center with the citywide food drive going on for the entire month of May. Head to saskatoonfoodbank.org, and then you can just follow the prompts. That's all there. The website's absolutely fantastic. You can go through it. You can get signed up for those bins to come and deliver to your house, or you can make monetary donations, and of course, you can get the food there too. And so many people helping out with this, as Lori, kicking off the show today, our good friend, executive director. She said it perfectly. She said all of the places around here are supporting the food bank. So you can find a donation bin at all the big grocery stores and all that stuff. So when you're there, see a 2-for-1, pick one up, and then donate one, and off you go. And those little things, man, those little things go such a long way. And when we say start thinking about others before yourself, putting others first, and karma being very real, and noticing that good things will start happening to you once you start doing good things. That's how the universe works. I am a walking, I guess, prove it stamp for this mantra, you could say. As I was very negative for a long time, and I was in a really bad space, and then I started opening up to the universe and learning about synchronicities and whole numbers and how everything comes in and out and flows this way and that, and doing good things. That's all I tried to do, was just to be a good person and try to do good things and help others. And then all of a sudden, we built a studio out of that. And we have friends on board who are a part of this, and we're doing really great things. And we got our friends like Lori and the Saskatoon Food Bank Learning Center coming here just to say hi and hang out. We got guys like Croker talking about the legend, Darren Titishan, passing away today, and those good feelings and those good memories we have of that good old Saskatchewan boy. And CTV's Matt Young stopping by like he does with all of the swag and the starter gear and that WWF Attitude Era jersey. That must have been right on the brink, right before they switched over. Remember they did that? As World Wildlife Federation went to them and like, all right, we're suing you guys. So then they had this big campaign, like, get the F out, and that was their thing. So thank you to everyone for stopping by today. One more time with the DufferinAve.com. What do you think, Dragon? You serve me one up? A hot Dufferin Ave. Look at that. Yes. Head on over there if you're a content creator. All right. We have lots of room for you. We have a bunch of people lined up, and we're getting ready. We're going through all of it, and we're going to have a big rollout. We're not supposed to talk about it, so we're going to keep everything secret, but there's a lot of good things coming, and that could be yours as well. If you create content, let us know. Help us help you as we continue to try to make this world a better place. And if you want to advertise with us, if you believe in this whole movement that we're about, of just being good, be kind to people, make the world a better place, hop on board. Money It doesn't matter. We will work whatever budget you got. We have ways to support everyone here. We just want to help. So I want to get that out before we fire up the Frankie's fingers and call her another work day. Let's see if I can play this one out. Devon Trask from 911 Turbo, the man who got us this extra from his grandpa. All he did was sit down at the piano and start playing it. And Trask just like recorded it, and this is what came up. It's his birthday today. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. I gotcha. To the sweet, sweet dragon. Love you, buddy. Thank you. Those gremlins, man. We'll clean them all out tomorrow once LB's here. We'll do a whole spray down of the systems. To you, though, buddy, thank you for just going with the flow and being you. I love and appreciate you so incredibly much. Von Trask, happy birthday. We'll see you tomorrow night with the Abyss. We're going to have a little gold record making party, I believe. Stay tuned on that. Again, our guest, Laurie O'Connor, Executive Director of the Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center. Thank you to you and to Deb and to Errol, everyone over there. We love you guys. Aaron, best. Croker, love you. Matt Young, we'll see you next Thursday. It's going to be a great time. And to you, thank you for being a part of this little thing we got going. I love and appreciate you so dang much. And let's just keep making the world a better place, all right? That's all we can do. So let's do that. And you'll find you have fun doing it, too. It's a good payoff. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Until then, enjoy the hockey tonight. Take care.